So there you have via T184 still in the fire zone. Now, you look at the front of the vehicle. The front of the vehicle is not in the fire zone. Only about half of it is. But you can clearly see that the vehicle is in the fire zone again. And this is a daily occurrence with Via, the other vehicle that was out here earlier. I gave that vehicle a pass. It's already off of the area. It's not a hazard if the fire department does need to pull in here. But this one, on the other hand, T184, still parked in the fire zone. It's been 15 minutes. And since that time, this officer has pulled up into that area. Again, pick and choose your battles, folks. The officer is in an area that is marked as a designated bus-only lane. But remember, he's an emergency vehicle, and you're just not going to win that argument with officers. And really, it's not an argument I care about. Because let's face it, if he's imposing a safety risk to the bus driver who has to come out of that lane anyway, before that to make their right turn, that's on him. But you do have bus 100 that stops here, has to pick up passengers here, and then has to go up and go past this bus. That particular bus that stops there does not have to make a right here. Other buses do, and they typically swing out to that lane to do it. So like I said, it's not a use issue for that. Again, this is Unit 24. It's 138-4937. I do not know if that's the One-Eyed Bandit. Hopefully they got that issue resolved. So we'll go ahead and report that vehicle. I don't see a peace officer. How you doing, officer? Hey, Officer Esquivill. Just letting you know that same vehicle. If you want to wait till you get your body camera on, that's fine. Or Officer Esquivill immediately checked to turn on his body camera, which is a good thing. That's policy. That's what he's supposed to do. But his body camera wasn't on. So he went back in. I'm here to report that another vehicle is parked across the street in the fire zone, again as usual. So he's coming back now. He has his body camera on. Like I said, I appreciate that. It shows professionalism. Okay, thank you. Like I said, I understand you need to have your body camera on. Appreciate that professionalism. T184 is again parked in the fire zone over here. That's one of the vehicles that routinely does it. Again, I'm just documenting it, making sure that I'm letting law enforcement know because that is your property.
Yes, sir. I'll let maintenance know. Thank you for letting us keep us word.
Okay, like I said, every time I see it, I'll document it. I'm not trying to cause an issue for you, but again, if I don't report it to you, then VIA is going to say, oh, well, we didn't know it's happening. And it's been happening for months and months and months. And so from now on, I just do official documentation. That's what we auditors do. We keep people accountable. And that's why I said, like I said, when you came out, the first thing you did was you reached for your body camera. Very professional. I appreciate that. I noticed it wasn't on. That's why I'm like, hey, I'll wait till you get your body camera. Appreciate you being professional about that. I think I spoke with you the other day and let you know that some of the officers are under the impression that people need written permission to film here. I actually do have that based off of Sergeant Poor's statement, but the VIA Public Relations Office has confirmed that that's not needed. It is your policy that we can film in any non-restricted areas. Your officer Abbott the other day told me I was not allowed to film in an area after I've already told him that. That was brought to Sergeant Schutz's attention with the security team. But again, I'm just letting you know that. I'm not out here trying to get officers in trouble, but I do keep officers accountable. If you tell me something that's not accurate, I'm going to debate it. I try to maintain that in a civil way. Sometimes, like last night, we're kind of a headlock. You're like, dude, what do you expect me to do about it? And I'm like, I just kind of expect for someone to acknowledge that it's wrong for it to be there and that something eventually will be done to stop it from happening.
Thanks, sir. And I'll let your maintenance takes care of that.
Okay, thank you. There was another vehicle that was over there earlier, T190. He had his vehicle running. I'm not going to give that guy grief. I don't know if he just stepped inside or whatever. But again, when I say this is an ongoing thing, they park those vehicles overnight there and then they go home. It is what it is. We just expect the public to be just as accountable as citizens are. Okay, well, thank you. You have a safe night.
You too. Take care, sir.
So there goes a successful and polite encounter with a VIA police officer. Again, he was professional. It's what we expect. And the other night I had the same or similar interaction about that sign. He was less than friendly at that point, but again, when they feel like you're picking on them or instigating, you're going to get certain reactions. I made it clear I'm not out here to harass or whatever, but I do document things in public of public interest, and I will continue to do that. I'm not going to be run off because a security guard wants to threaten me with illegal detention, make up policies that don't exist. I'm not going to be in fear of non-existent policies or threats that I have to do something. It's one of those issues that I bring up, is that auditors are retaliated against, and that's just human nature. Nobody likes to be told they're wrong. Some of these officers may feel like, well, you're retaliating against us because we did something wrong, or you feel we did something wrong. And I'm like, this is not retaliation against something that you have done in the past. This is documenting your current everyday activities. And while, yes, there are lots and lots of things I haven't recorded that have happened, documenting that and showing them that what they're doing is wrong is one way to correct those problems. Because, they say, it didn't happen, it didn't happen, it didn't happen. And you're like, no, it did happen. And they go, who did you report it to? Well, 2 nights in a row now I've reported that vehicle to Officer Esquivill. He says he's going to talk to vehicle maintenance about it, or to not vehicle maintenance, but maintenance. And at some point, sooner or later, maintenance is going to have to answer to why, after being told so many times, they're continuing to do what they're doing. I'm going to go ahead and end my video.